on this early November Friday evening for a Backyard Brawl. West Virginia in navy, Pittsburgh in the home whites. Panthers trying to reverse the script. The Mountaineers have won the last 5 meetings, and we are underway here in Pittsburgh. An early three-point attempt right off the bat, good from Eric Stevenson.
That's the way to start. Come out shooting. That's what he do.
West Virginia known for their defensive pressure, already wreaking havoc at midcourt. And the first Panther turnover of the night.
Come out and set the tone early. This is more like a conference game than it is a non-conference game. These two teams are very familiar with each other.
West Virginia starting lineup, Emmett Matthews Jr. making his 1,000th career collegiate start. He is back at West Virginia after spending last year at Washington. Down in the post. Bell got the shot off. And that's good. West Virginia with a 5-0 lead early. Panthers wanted a shot clock violation. Jamarius Burton bringing the ball up the floor for Pitt. He's joined in the Panther backcourt by Nelly Cummings and Greg Elliott. And already a pair of turnovers for Pitt.
You know, this is a good situation for Pitt. Get punched in the face early. See how you respond to it.
Pitt had 32 turnovers in this matchup a season ago. That was the first time since 1995 they had 32 or more turnovers in the game. But this time the Mountaineers turn it over. Greg Elliott heading the other way in transition. Tried to find a teammate, but it found the West Virginia bench. So here are the numbers from a season ago in Morgantown. 15-point West Virginia win, and it was the 6th most turnovers the Panthers have committed in the history of the program.
And that's why you bring in a guy like Nelly Cummings that can take care of the basketball, make things happen without, turning it over.
Cummings can do it on the defensive side as well. He strips it away from Kedrian Johnson. Burton working on Stevenson. Pull up from the elbow. Got it.
Nice mid-range game, even though it's going out of style, is what they say. Burton showing that he still got it.
Jamarius Burton in his 2nd season with Pitt after coming over from Texas Tech. 3-ball good by Eric Stevenson, his 2nd of the night already. 6-point Mountaineer lead, just over 2 minutes in. Burton surveying, now he'll drive, step back, looking for an opening. Turned it over, other way, Kedrian Johnson. Nice move, couldn't finish. Burton comes up with the rebound for the Panthers. His eyes are up ahead. He finds Elliott, pull-up triple, connection.
That's what he do. That's why they brought him in here. A guy that can space the floor, Elliott III.
Elliott had 11 points Monday night against UT Martin. He's a 3-point shooter. Federico forces a travel. Panthers starting to turn over the Mountaineers to the likes of Jeff Capel. He's in his 5th season as the Pittsburgh head coach. Of course, spent many years sitting right next to Mike Krzyzewski, carrying over that knowledge and trying to rebuild this Pitt program. The energy in the Pete here tonight is palpable.
I think he's doing a wonderful job connecting with the fans, connecting with the alumni, bringing in talent. Coach Capel doing a heck of a job.
Ball bouncing around, ends up with Federico. Burton, nice move inside, count the basket.
Yeah, they're going to reach in there. They're going to be strong. You have to go in there and be willing to finish through contact. Expect to get hit.
Jamarius Burton had a nice little pull-up jumper for Pitt's first points of the game. Follows it up by doing some work on the inside. Frantic game so far. 7 total turnovers. 4 from Pitt, 3 from the Mountaineers.
Everybody's excited. It's hard not to be.
Stevenson working on Jamarius Burton. Now Keedy Johnson. Panthers playing some stingy defense here on this possession. Matthews takes it to the rim and throws it down.
That's how you do it on a roll. Attack the basket with a vengeance.
Emmett Matthews Jr. Take a look at this flush.
Yeah, you get in there. Don't go for no layups. Yeah. He go for the layup. Federico might get there. Way to throw that down.
Making his 100th career collegiate start. Spent last season at Washington with the Huskies. Coach Bob Huggins said for Emmett Matthews Jr., he just wanted to go home, see his family, but now he is back in a Mountaineer uniform where he spent the start of his collegiate career. Greg Elliott fires and hits on the other end.
This is why they call it a brawl, huh? Back and forth.
You can feel it. Panthers get their first lead of the night. And a turnover. Hinson in transition. Forward to Elliott. Another 3-ball. Drills it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Backyards attempted in this game so far and 5 made. Eric Stevenson didn't even give us a chance to breathe before he hit his first one, and Greg Elliott responded with 3 of his own. 9 points for the Marquette transfer.
Yeah, you're going to have to find both of those guys. You go underneath those screens, they're going to make you pay an Elliott heat check. After making 2, he pulled up in the transition. What can you do with that? You can't defend that.
Elliott coming off 11 points Monday night against UT Martin, averaged 7 a game last season with Marquette. A key addition for a Panther team that really needed to improve its 3-point shooting since a season ago. And so far tonight, they've done just that. A 6-0 run over the last 24 seconds in this game for Greg Elliott and the Panthers.
Just imagine when John Hoogley come back, you will not be able to double team him on the block. He's going to get single coverage every single time and be able to kick out to open shooters.
John Hughley was all ACC honorable mention a season ago. He's been battling a knee injury and is not dressed tonight for Pitt. But Julius, you said it. He will be a huge add once they have him back in the lineup. In the meantime, he is amped cheering on his Panthers. So early, the Panthers turned it over a handful of times, but Pittsburgh now forcing some havoc against the Mountaineers, who have 5 turnovers.
The Mountaineers not going back down. They're going to continue that pressure all game long, change up their defense. It's just the Huggins way.
Nike Sabandi into the game now for Pittsburgh. He loses a handle. Ball on the floor. West Virginia comes up with it. Stevenson, cross court. Matthews, the flush. They work quickly, Julius. Don't give it away against them.
Can't turn it over. Got to protect it. That was the story last year. See how the Panthers handle it without Cummings being on the floor.
Burton outside. Nike Sabandi off the mark. 3-point lead. We're 5.5 minutes into the Backyard Brawl. Emmett Matthews Jr. in his second game in his return season to West Virginia. He got 4 quick points for the Mountaineers. This is Joe Toussaint, transfer from Iowa, led them to a Big Ten title a year ago. Matthews Jr. showing he can do it on the outside as well, but he's going to pay the repercussions and get teed up on the celly.
Yeah, the emotions is high. If these players didn't know about the Backyard Brawl until now, they know now. They know a little bit about it now. Lefty stroke.
And you see him a little bit there motion towards the Panther bench. Gets him teed up. You said it. A lot of emotion in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of jawing. I mean, you have to expect it. I don't know if I'm calling that one, but, that's why I don't have the striped shirt on. I'll let everything go. You shooting that shot next to the bench. Players are yelling at you, doing all kinds of things to try to throw you off your game. But the referee is standing right there to hear it all.
Didn't exactly make an attempt to look innocent, did he? So Greg Elliott with 12 of Pitt's 17 points early. Hot start for the grad student. Nike Sabandi steps back. Contact, no call on the three-point attempt. Sabandi wasn't happy about it. But West Virginia is going to set up the offense.
I think Nike was shocked to be open right there, so he shot it.
Toussaint playing his 100th career collegiate game. He takes a runner off the window. Toussaint coming off an 8-point night on Monday against Mount St. Mary's. We're tied here tonight at the Pete. Backdoor cut, Sabandi. Lost the handle, found his teammate Burton in the corner. 13 on the timer for Pitt. Burton working on Stevenson, goes baseline, finds Federico, strong off the glass.
Way to be poised by Burton, penetrate, jump stop. Nice bounce pass to your big fella.
Mountaineers have made their last 4 from the field. Looking for 5. Toussaint finds the cutter. Wagee takes it strong to the hole.
Get Burton, penetration, jump stop under control. Nice bounce pass to your big fella. You have to put pressure on the defense, make them help, make it easy for your big guys. If you're going to foul the guy there, you can't let him get that shot off. You have to make that foul count. That's one thing that college players, I think that's the difference between the pro game and the collegiate game, is that in the NBA, they're not letting you get that play off. If they're going to foul you, they're going to foul you. And we have to, in the collegiate game, they have to adopt that. You can't let that guy get an and one.
You don't see many dunks through a foul in the NBA.
Not at all.
West Virginia's head coach is one of the greatest to ever do it. Bob Huggins in his 16th year at the helm of the Mountaineer program, his 41st season as a Division I men's head coach. He's the 4th winningest all-time head coach, trailing only Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim, and Jim Calhoun. I'd say that's good company.
That's a great company. That's getting it done right there. Congratulations, Huggy Bear.
Hinson takes the 3 ball. Blake Hinson 0 for 2 from the field so far tonight after dropping 27 earlier this week. This is Wagee backing down Guillermo Diaz-Graham. Nice move in the post for 2. West Virginia finding its rhythm offensively. They've made their last 6 field goal attempts.
It's a solid bait and hook when a freshman get him up in the air and out of position.
Cummings wiggles his way into the lane. Contested shot. Goes over the backboard, but it wasn't touched by the Mountaineers. So at the 12-minute mark in the first half, West Virginia is going to take over possession. West Virginia has made its last 6 field goal attempts. They take a 3-point lead.
After this game, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, something tells me they might not want to talk after either.
Not in this rivalry. No.
They've been matched up on each other, too, so far tonight, Julius. Some good one-on-one battles.
Yeah, you know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so it's a little tougher when a guy is familiar with you that way.
So we've seen a few momentum shifts so far. 8 minutes into the Backyard Brawl. Once again, thanks for joining us. Julius Page and Jason Earl with you. Mountaineers have had the momentum most recently. They've made their last 6 from the field. Emmett Matthews Jr., the leading West Virginia scorer with 7. There's a drive from Wagee.
Yeah. The young fella going to have to get a little more physical.
Burton, pretty step back. Too much on the shot. Rebound was by Trey Mitchell. He's a Pittsburgh native. Went to Elizabeth Forward High School. Block called on Pittsburgh.
And that is what Tucson is good at doing. You know, putting the ball on the floor. He's really crafty. He has that thing on the yo-yo. That was the Tim Hardaway killer crossover right there if you didn't know. That's how you get to the basket. Between the legs, bop, bop. Come on. Who still got that in their game? Who still got that handle in their game like that? Come on, Tucson, what you know? You've been doing your homework.
West Virginia on a 9-0 run. They now have the largest lead we've seen from either team tonight. 7 points, the advantage for the Mountaineers. Nelly Cummings pressured on the wing by Matthews Jr. And Federico is fouled by Wagee.
No easy catches. West Virginia is making it really hard for Pitt to get into their sets. Just throwing their timing and their rhythm all off.
Julius, I think one of the biggest themes so far tonight, Hinson and Federico were the 2 leaders for Pitt on Monday. So far, the 2 have combined for just 2 points. He's got something to say.
He spoke that up. He spoke that up.
Blake Hinson on the board for the first time tonight. Coming off a double-double on Monday. Another foul call goes on Blake Hinson, and that is going to be the second on Hinson. So Hinson going to come out of this game for Nate Santos. Julius, how do you manage that? Your star player who had 27 points on Monday now with 2 fouls early.
Well, they're going to have to scramble, play small, make them a little quicker, but, you know, it's something that's going to happen throughout the season. It's no excuses. You just got to play through it. Santos is a guy who's been here.
Stevenson, step back, triple, back rim. Rebound, Nelly Cummings. Panthers down 4, 10.5 to play, first half. Cummings searching for an option, finds one in Burton.
You know, West Virginia is making it really tough for them to get to their sets.
Elliott, a 3-ball, not that time. Trey Mitchell skies up for the rebound. Transition now, Seth Wilson. Swung over, Mitchell takes the 3, top of the key, back rim. Rebound, Santos. Burton with 5 points tonight, drives on Stevenson. Foul called, which way is it going to go? Offensive called on Burton.
Good anticipation on defense. He got there and set his feet. It's a good play.
And so now for Pittsburgh, their 2 top scorers, Blake Hinson and Jamarius Burton, each with 2 fouls. Hinson, the leading scorer from Monday night. Jamarius Burton, the second leading scorer on the team a season ago. Another whistle, this time against the Mountaineers.
Good thing for Pitt, when you go to your bench, you have some experienced guys like Nike coming off the bench who's been around the block a couple of times, so it's not a big deal. The main concern is getting open and getting a little more fluid on your offensive sets.
Santos penetrates and finishes.
Strong move to the basket and through contact like always. Got to expect to get hit every time you go in there, especially against West Virginia.
Santos is a guy mainly known for his shooting ability from the outside. Jeff Capel has praised him for that, but nice take to the basket and gets the 2 and the foul, but cannot complete the three-point play. Only 5 players on the floor tonight were in the game a season ago. That's how different these rosters are. And John Hughley and Willie Dreyfus for Pitt are out with injuries. So a very new-look matchup in this edition of the Backyard Brawl. Panthers with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Backdoor Sabandi. Cummings just missed him.
Thought was good. Nice cut. Just got to get better with the pass. But, you have to take that chance. He's upset with himself right now, but the idea was the right idea.
Bob Huggins says that he doesn't think that his guys even understand the rivalry. Said they don't have guys who grew up watching it, and it's such a new roster for the Mountaineers. They haven't talked about it. And then they come in tonight to the Peterson Event Center. They've got a 2-point lead. Offensive foul called against West Virginia.
That will all change when West Virginia go to the ACC, though. And they'll start playing each other 2 times a year again.
Hey, the way conferences are changing nowadays, Julius, I can't keep anything straight.
Exactly.
189th meeting between these two teams. Long-time Big East rivals. It's been a great resume of the rivalry over the past few years. There we go. You know about that 2003 title, JP?
Way back in the old days when they had box TVs and black and white TVs and things like that.
VHS tapes.
CDs, back when we used to use CDs still. The Discman.
Bob Huggins didn't have gray hair back then. Panthers even the score. They've gotten contributions recently from Nate Santos.
Stepping up off the bench. Next guy up, that's what you need. Foul trouble on one side is an opportunity for someone else.
Toussaint with 6 on the timer, fires. Weak side, rebound attempted by Sabandi, but comes out to West Virginia. Keedy Johnson working on Federico. Blocked away by Federico. 7-0 run for the Panthers. They're looking to add to that. Cummings uses a screen. Federico threw a hip into the defender. 7:30 left in the first half. It's Veterans Day, and when we come back, we honor this nation's heroes. Done on their warm-up shirts pregame. You see there for West Virginia sporting the American flag on the sleeve, and the Panthers as well. And for Pittsburgh, a really unique touch on the warm-up shirts featuring the 82nd Airborne crest right there on the sleeve as a tribute to the late Jeff Capel II, father of Pitt head coach Jeff Capel. And Julius, I thought this quote from Jeff when we talked to him the other day was just beautiful and poetic. The United States military, the perfect team because we've never had a home game.
Absolutely. We tend to take things for granted. Basketball is still a game, but we have a team that protects us and, make sure that we have the privileges that we have today. So shout out to everybody that's ever in the military.
Jeff Capel's father served in the 82nd Airborne Unit from 1971 to 75. We're grateful for him and all the other veterans who have served. We've got a fantastic game here in the Backyard Brawl at the Pete. 26-all. Just over 7 minutes to go in the first half. Offensive rebound and a putback for Mohamed Wagee, who's leading all Mountaineer scorers now with 9.
And that's going to be the key. Offensive glass, boxing out who's going to win on a rebounding. How is Pitt going to defend with Hinson on the bench right now?
Hinson and Jamarius Burton, each with 2 fouls on the Panther bench. But Greg Elliott has been tremendous. He's got 12 points in this first half for the Panthers. West Virginia making it so tough to drive. 3 on the timer. Santos drives off the window. Rebound on the floor. Foul called in the scrum. And it's going to go against West Virginia. That's on Wagee. Pittsburgh will retain possession. Second foul on Wagee. So Wagee and Eric Stevenson each with 2 personals for the Mountaineers.
They're battling down there. You got to love it. You got to love it.
This remind you of your brawls, Julius?
For sure. You know, the likes of Chevy Troutman, Ontario Lett, Chris Taft, they know what this is about.
Still, Bob Huggins said it was nothing compared to when he played.
He said it was only 2 referees. You could get away with a lot more with only
There's
2
the reason
referees
for
on the
it.
floor.
A lot more brawling to be had when there's only 2 officials out there. He's a 1977 graduate of West Virginia, was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame a couple months ago. Needs just 3 more wins to tie Jim Calhoun for 3rd place all time.
That's what you call getting it done. It's a great career. He should be proud.
Took the Mountaineers to the Final Four in 2010. Got 10 NCAA tournament appearances. Great company there to be on that list of coaches.
Absolutely. It does not get much better than that.
Feels weird too, Julius, not calling Mike Krzyzewski an active head coach.
It does, yeah. He was a fixture there for a long time at Duke. Made it the program they are today. You know, you got Roy at North Carolina on that list, Jim Boeheim at Syracuse. I mean, those are legendary names, and Bob Huggins is one of those guys that's right up there.
He was giving you a hard time, though. Said you need to get out to Morgantown one of these chances, JP.
Only if I go with him. If I'm with him, I'm good. I'm good to go. Anytime if I'm with Bob Huggins, I'm safe.
Either him or Jerry West.
Or Jerry West. Yeah, I'll do that. Even Pitt Snoggle, one of the old school. You give me one of the legends, I'm there. But if I'm going by myself, I'm driving right through that place.
Mountaineer lead at 29-26.
Low pressure.
And it forces a turnover. Some Panther panic on the inbound. Pitt has not scored in over 2 minutes.
It's not token with Bob Huggins' team. You know, they're looking to force turnovers and make you play faster than what you want to play.
No time left on the shot clock for West Virginia. Johnson fires, nearly banked it home. But a rebound by Santos. Panthers still operating with Burton and Hinson on the bench. Diaz-Graham driving on Bell. Foul called. That's going to go against Jimmy Bell, so now 2 on him.
It's a way to apply pressure. He could have settled for the jump shot there, but he put it on the ground. Got to make things, you got to be aggressive. On both sides. Well, they started out shooting the ball well from 3, but you can see both of these teams is looking to attack the basket also.
Julius, Monday you got a glimpse of what this guy can do. Guillermo Diaz-Graham, what do you like about him?
I think he's just versatile. He, you know, as a young player, you know, his ability and his length on defense, you know, he's comfortable even guarding on the wing, and that makes him really valuable in pick and roll situations because when he hedges, he has good footwork. So I think, you know, this kid is just, you know, he has a bright future with this Panther program.
He's a 7-footer freshman from Spain. Has some international experience as well, playing for the Spanish U20 national team. Attended IMG Academy. Goes 1 of 2 from the line. Pitt now without a field goal in 3 minutes. Matthews Jr.'s got 7 points. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. Toussaint found a lane. Fouled on his way up.
It's the way to put the ball on the floor and attack. That's Toussaint game right there. Off the pick. This is what he looks to do. Go downhill with the left hand, got the bump, finish through it, but, go to the line and try to knock him down. Pitt is going to have to do a better job on that pick and roll. Figure it out whether you're going to go underneath, and invite him to shoot the 3. But what you don't want him to do is to get to the basket.
Mentioned Joe Toussaint was on that Iowa team that won the Big Ten championship a season ago. Spent 3 seasons with the Hawkeyes and scored in all 4 Big Ten tournament games. That helped them to the title. Originally from the Bronx, New York. And he gives West Virginia a 4-point lead at 5 minutes to go in the first. Cummings shook a defender. Santos corner triple. Drills it! Nate Santos looking to have a breakout game tonight in Pittsburgh. He's got 7 on 3 of 4 shooting.
And Santos was going to let that fly regardless because the pass wasn't great. So he was going to let that one go either way it went. Yeah, on the penetration, Nelly, he penetrates, but the pass wasn't beautiful. But Santos' mind was already made up. I'm shooting this. He lets it fly and splash.
Nate Santos, sophomore from the state of Illinois. Played in 25 games last season for the Panthers.
And the question was, where do Pitt go once Henson go on the bench after having 27 in the last game? Santos is the answer.
Jeff Capel has talked so much about the depth that he has on this year's roster. Said right now they have 9 scholarship guys that are healthy and can play. That does not include Will Jeffress and John Hughley, 2 of their bigger contributors from last season. Hughley being all ACC honorable mention. Trey Mitchell goes 1 of 2. Mountaineers leading this veteran Panther team by 2 points. Most experienced roster Jeff Capel has had. Elliott called for a travel on the baseline. Julius, what do you think?
I think he was still dribbling the basketball. He fell down for sure, but he was still dribbling. So, I think the perspective that the referee had on this side, he really couldn't see that he fell and was still dribbling. But it does look like he might have been out of bounds with the dribble.
And it was called a travel. So whether he was out of bounds or not, not sure. Greg Elliott's not happy about it.
I wouldn't be either. He was definitely still dribbling the basketball, but I think the view the ref had, he couldn't really tell.
It's been a great night for Elliott despite that. 12 points on 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Both teams trying to gain some momentum before the break. Trey Mitchell starts that for the Mountaineers on the trifecta.
Off the bench last game, he was a bucket waiting to happen, so he's definitely a guy you got to keep your eye on because he'll get hot in no time.
Jump ball. It's going to stick with Pitt when we come back. West Virginia up 5.
A 3, but got to take better care of the basketball. But, when these teams are putting the kind of pressure on each other this way, you have to expect some turnovers to happen.
Jeff Capel, despite 11 made threes from Pitt on Monday, said they did not shoot the ball well, and that's because they took 41 against UT Martin earlier this week, and that was a program record. Pitt has never taken more than 41 threes in a game, and they came out firing against the Skyhawks on Monday. So following it up with a better percentage here tonight against West Virginia. That 5 of 9, good for 56%. And 3 of them coming from the Marquette transfer, Greg Elliott. Cummings struggling to find an option on the inbound. Eventually goes to Nike Sabandi.
I think it's safe to say that shooting 41 threes against West Virginia is not ideal.
Cummings, what a move on the penetration and an acrobatic finish from the Pittsburgh native. Julius, how important is it to close the half on a good note?
For momentum is huge, especially against an opponent like West Virginia.
And one on the other end for the Mountaineers.
Like I said, Mitchell was a bucket waiting to happen. He had 13 in 13 minutes last game.
Nelly Cummings got his first points of the night.
Adjusting his body, finishing through contact, and again, they're applying pressure. Why shoot? Yeah, well, I know he's shooting good from 3, but this is what you got to do is go in here and get a for sure high percentage shot.
You mentioned Trey Mitchell, 13 points in 13 minutes on Monday. He battled a foot injury coming into the season. Transfer from Texas. Averaged just under 9 points a game last year for the Longhorns. Trey Mitchell. Mountaineers with a 5-point lead after the missed free throw. 6 points, 4 boards for Trey Mitchell. Outside, Kedrian Johnson working on Santos. Whistle here from the officials. Panthers thought it was a travel. Instead, going to be a foul called. And not the first time tonight that Jeff Capel's been incredulous.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one. But, you know, with all the contact going on, you have to call it something. You can't let everything go.
Mountaineers are in the double bonus. Kedrian Johnson was a 75% free throw shooter last season. Jeff Capel trying to think next play. So West Virginia now matches its largest lead of the game at 7 points.
You know, the pressure may not force a turnover, but it definitely will wear Cummings down if you have to continue to fight against it.
3-ball in and out. Greg Elliott missing his last 2 3-point attempts after making his first 3 of the night. Another foul called against Pitt. Nelly Cummings just picked up his second. The Panthers, go ahead, Julius.
That's what Tucson do. That's again, he got it on it. That crossover is what he like to get. He like to will and deal, get to the basket and draw fouls. That's his game.
Pitt now with 5 players with 2 fouls apiece. And there they are. Federico, Burton, Santos, Hinson, and Cummings. Could really use a guy like John Hughley right about now. But he's not dressed tonight with a knee injury. The Panthers' leading returning scorer who averaged nearly 15 a game a season ago. Mountaineers stretched the lead to 9. Cummings, nice move, and goes to the right side for the lay-in. Timeout called by Pitt. 2.5 to go. First half. Mountaineers up by 7 in the brawl. Nelly Cummings with 4 points tonight. He is 6 feet tall and he's shifty, JP.
He understands time and possession. The game is kind of getting out of control, but understanding he don't want to get a jump shot in this particular situation. He put some pressure on the defense, get to the basket, either make a layup or get to the free throw line and get some easy ones.
All Patriot League first team a season ago at Colgate. Led his team to the NCAA tournament and nearly led them to an upset of Wisconsin in the round of 64. Comes back home now to Pittsburgh, the area where he grew up, now sporting the blue and gold in a rivalry he grew up watching. 4 points, 3 assists for Cummings on 2 of 4 shooting. 7-point West Virginia lead.
Pitt comes out in the zone.
Bob Huggins had a feeling Pitt would play multiple defenses tonight. They show the zone look there. Kobe Johnson able to find the gap and hit the 2.
That's how you beat that jump, that zone, get it in the middle.
Diaz-Graham too strong on the triple. Here's Toussaint. Nice little pull up. Gets the roll. Panthers operating quickly on the other end. Jorge Diaz-Graham takes another 3 in and out. Mountaineers have made their last 4 from the field. Toussaint still working quickly. Offensive foul.
That's one you still have to live with. If I'm a coach, I'm okay with that. I don't know if Huggy Bear is okay with it the way he's looking at over there, but I don't know if it's the call or if it's his player he's looking at like that, but stay aggressive. You have the lead. Keep putting the pressure on that Panther defense.
Got a stoppage here. Mike Roberts going to hand the ball back to Greg Elliott. Panthers resume play. Very important in this final minute 15 for Pitt to keep this deficit at 11 or even shrink it. Diaz-Graham lost possession for a moment. Now a foul. Players being helped up. The foul goes against Trey Mitchell. Initially stripped by Kedrian Johnson, but then Mitchell with too much contact.
I can understand his frustration. He's just a loose ball. He's going for the loose ball. You know, that's a tough one. I can't say I like the call. You got to get on the floor, you know, just to protect yourself. Loose ball like that, you got to get on the floor. You don't want nobody to undercut you. You know, that's a quick way for a guy to get a knee injury.
So this is Jorge Diaz-Graham. Of course, we saw his twin Guillermo at the line earlier. Jorge goes 2 for 2. Nine-point margin in the Backyard Brawl. We've got 1 minute to play in this first half. West Virginia shooting a very impressive 67% from the field. And that's going to be a carry called on Joe Toussaint. He laughs it off. I don't think he agrees with that one.
It's a new day. It's a new day. They let those go now, ref. That's what he's thinking. Come on, man. They don't call that call no more, do they? They don't call this call anymore.
I don't know. Then on the other end, offensive foul called on Cummings. And unfortunately for Nelly Cummings, he's going to have to come out of the game because he just picked up his 3rd foul. Julius, very physical game and a lot of whistles.
Yeah, that one is tough. Under 1 minute, you know, you would like to have gone into the half, but only 2. Unfortunately for Cummings, he picked up that one, so now he has 3 and has to sit down.
Cummings with 3, 4 other Panthers with 2 fouls. Under a minute left in this first half. Nelly Cummings not happy. Panthers down by 9. West Virginia with the ball in a 9-point lead. Both teams in the double bonus in a game that has been very physical, very aggressive. All, of course, qualities of your typical Backyard Brawl, Julius.
Absolutely. You know, both of these teams are getting at it. This is for bragging rights. You can't play this one down. You know, an hour away from each other. You know, the students know each other. People from both cities come to Pitt or go to West Virginia, so this is for bragging rights.
Panthers are probably just wondering when West Virginia is going to miss a shot. The Mountaineers are 67%.
Well, they're getting to the basket. It's not like they're settling for jump shots. Contain penetration or get some help on the penetration, one or the other, but you got to figure it out.
15-second difference between shot and game clock. This is Toussaint. He takes a step back three. Rims out. Rebound Santos. Panthers can take the last possession of the half. Burton and Toussaint hit the hardwood. He takes a timeout. All right, Julius. Panthers have a chance here to make this maybe a 7-point game, maybe a 6-point game. What are you drawing up?
Get something going to the basket. I don't want to settle for a three-point shot. I want to get to the basket and get a layup, or at least put pressure on them and try to get to the free throw line.
And who are you getting the ball to?
Burton. Burton is my guy. He puts it on the floor. He makes things happen. He has the mid-range jump shot, so I got to give it to him.
Jamarius Burton not afraid to drive. He can work on the outside as well. We'll take a look at what the Pitt Panthers do here out of the huddle, and it's a very important one. Of course, if they do end up hitting a three, they can cut this to a 2-possession game at the half. They found success early from downtown thanks to Greg Elliott. Elliott has played the entire game so far. He's the only Panther to do that.
And if they overhelp on Burton, remember, like you said, Elliott, he could be right out there, kick it out to him for the three.
Burton had it poked away. Defensive play by Kedrian Johnson. Transition finish. Mountaineers with a big-time momentum changer before halftime. And this West Virginia defense has just been tenacious. 12 Pitt turnovers in the first half and an 11-point West Virginia lead. Half capped off by the Kedrian Johnson scoop and score. 47-36, our halftime tally into 189. Fouls. Jamarius Burton, Blake Hinson, Nelly Cummings, Federico, and Nate Santos all have at least 2 personals. 4 of them are on the floor now. We're underway in the second half in the Backyard Brawl. Jason Earl, Julius Page with you. Low block, Jimmy Bell. Backing down Federico, but tipped out. Mountaineers get a second chance.
With the lead, you want to stay aggressive. Mountaineers going straight at Pitt in the paint.
3 balls short from Matthews. Burton leaps for the board. Burton working on Keedy Johnson. Slides his way into the lane, takes the mid-range J and hits it.
Nice little mid-range game there. Why going all the way in there with the trees when you can just pull up for the nice little mid-range Jimmy?
Jamarius Burton with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting tonight. Guarding his former roommate, Eric Stevenson. Pump fake, shot. Can't get the roll. Foul on the rebound. Looks like that's going to go against Pitt, and it is on Blake Hinson. He picks up his 3rd.
It's a battle down there. Left his feet a little early.
Different story for Blake Hinson tonight. The 6'7" junior had 27 on Monday, just 3 points. Nice swipe away by Jamarius Burton. Panthers force the turnover. Burton in transition, spins into the lane, kicks out Cummings. Cummings' floater is good. And what's the call? Offensive against Nelly Cummings. He can't believe it.
One thing I don't understand is why the buckets still don't count. I understand the charge, but he got the shot off before the actual charge is called. So I feel like the baskets should still count. It's just my opinion. On this, the shot is off, then he comes down as the charge. So I would count the basket and then still give him the charge call. But you can't wave that basket right there.
Foul trouble continues to plague the Panthers. Cummings sits on the bench with 4. Blake Hinson still in the game, but he has 3.
Nonetheless,
Johnson
that
from
was
the
a
wing.
great defensive
Jets
play.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah, well done to take the charge. Heads up play. Elliott left open for a 3. Off target. Mountaineers continue to run. Stevenson, alley-oop pass. Matthews rims out, rebound Santos. Very important for Pitt to not let this margin grow. Foul called on West Virginia on Jimmy Bell Jr. That's the third on him.
Yeah, Cummings picking up his fourth is going to be a huge blow to the Panthers. You know, I understand that Burton can play the point guard, but I think Cummings is the only true point guard on this team. So missing him and his ability to penetrate and create shots for others is going to be a huge blow.
Jamarius Burton, as you mentioned, Julius, likely to operate as the Panther floor general for much of the rest of this game. He takes a three ball that's off the mark. Chases down his own rebound and finds Hinson. Hinson fakes and then takes. Panthers trying to get something going to eat into this margin, but West Virginia has remained sturdy. Stevenson drives on Santos into traffic and hits it. Largest lead of the night for WVU.
Beautiful move. Gets to his spot. Nice little floater. Great touch. Nice soft touch.
Jamarius Burton hits the mid-range pull-up. And a timeout taken. 12-point lead for West Virginia. Panthers trying to stay in the game in the Backyard Brawl. TS stops at Walsh College in Cincinnati, Kansas State, and of course West Virginia. And every university that he's coached at was represented well on that night. Ton of guys flying across the country to come support him, and he was appreciative.
Yeah, one of my former high school teammates, Leonard Stokes, was one of those guys that attended. He always brags about how great of a coach Bob Huggins was and how much fun it was to play for him. Well-deserving.
Been about 40 years since he was the head coach at Walsh College and still had guys that made the trip for the induction. And he's coaching the Mountaineers tonight to a 14-point lead in the Backyard Brawl. It was close for a lot of the first half. West Virginia, over the last 10 minutes in basketball time, have started to stretch this thing.
Adversity. First test for the Panthers to learn who they are.
14-point lead for the Mountaineers. Panthers still trying to do what they can to climb back from the field tonight. Little bit of outside, little bit of inside, and they have been super efficient tonight, Julius.
You got to close out better on these shooters. You cannot leave them open, especially Stevenson. And right here is just getting to your spot. Knowing you work on this every day in practice, getting to your spot. Little baby jump hook. Nothing you can do about it.
Mountaineers mentioned 61% from the field, also 5 of 12 from three-point range. When they turn the ball over as much as they force against Pittsburgh, it creates a lot of offensive chances. They've capitalized off of those. 13 Pitt turnovers, 14 points off turnovers for West Virginia. Hinson airball to three. Santos chased down the rebound. Panthers keep it. Burton, baseline drive. And an offensive foul called on Jamarius Burton. Didn't look like too much there, but Burton picks up his third. And he wants an explanation.
I don't know.
Me neither. That's not much. Toussaint looked down low for Okonkwo. Okonkwo checked into the game for the first time tonight. $15:20 to play. A lot of basketball left. Panthers looking to make the most of it. Elliott drives, blocked by Okonkwo. He chases it down. Elliott is down underneath the basket. West Virginia goes 5-on-4. Corner three, Matthews Jr. Off the mark, offensive rebound, and a whistle. Greg Elliott, who's the Panthers' leading scorer tonight, being helped up. And that is not something you want to see. And you see him holding his lower left leg. And he went straight into the tunnel. Again, a guy who's been so key for the Panthers tonight in so many ways. Pittsburgh already dealing with a lot of foul trouble. Greg Elliott was one of the guys that was able to stay out of that. But now he makes his way off with an injury, and Eric Stevenson has a hot hand for the Mountaineers tonight. He puts them up 16.
Started out hot from three. Now he just got it going from everywhere. He's getting to the basket. He's getting in the mid-range.
Burton has been trying everything he can, but he's called for a travel. Mountaineers' largest lead of the night, and they're loving it. Some fans from Morgantown who made the trip now being heard in the Peterson Event Center. But the Oakland Zoo responds. Zoo looking for a response from their Panthers. A lot of time left to play. Toussaint's step back will be a jump ball that will go to Pitt.
Like Luka Doncic said, everybody got something to say when they up. It's easy to start talking once you got the lead. I'm not hating. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Greg Elliott has made his way back out onto the court area. You see him there at the top of your screen to the left of the Pitt bench.
I have a little cramp.
Another foul called on Pitt off the basketball. That one goes on Federico. Now 4 Panthers with at least 3 fouls. Federico's one of them with 3. Burton and Hinson also with 3. And Nelly Cummings with 4. Foul trouble continues to play a role in this backyard brawl.
Not sure how much longer Coach Cable can play this game without Cummings on the floor.
Bounce pass inside to Okonkwo. No foul called that time. Bob Huggins thought there should have been. Burton uses a screen, wiggles his way into the lane, pump fakes, fouled on the second chance.
You want to get back into the game? Stop the clock, get to the free throw line, make some baskets, and get stops.
So those are the keys for Pitt. They hung around this game for much of the first half, but then ultimately the foul trouble just too difficult to overcome for stretches in this game. Now trying to work their way back.
Toussaint putting a lot of pressure on the defense off the dribble. You know, he's doing a good job. You got to give him credit.
Don't forget, this was once a 26-26 basketball game. And since West Virginia on a 30-14 run. Kobe Johnson. Now Kedrian. He drives, contact, rims out, rebound Santos, outlet Sabandi. Matthews Jr. guarding Sabandi, now over to Hinson. Jamarius Burton sets up his offense. 10 points on the night for Jamarius. Second most among Pitt players. Hinson with a way deep 3. Off target, rebound Stevenson. Hinson not having the same success he did on Monday when he had 27. He's got just 3 points tonight off 1 of 6 shooting.
He should look to get to the basket. He might be a little pressed. In the exhibition in last game, he had the hot hand. I'm sure he wants to continue.
Sabandi fouled Kobe Johnson. Johnson going to head to the free throw line for his first foul line attempts of the night. And you want to see the difference. There it is. Blake Hinson and Federico were the big role players. They starred on Monday night for Pitt against UT Martin. Not the same story tonight. Can't find the same offensive success.
It's tough when you're in foul trouble to get a rhythm. So Hinson, you know, him being in and out of the game due to foul trouble was not a good look. And that hurts Federico because he needs Hinson out there to stretch the floor. So if Hinson isn't out there to stretch the floor, he's not going to get those dives to the basket the way he's used to getting.
Panthers haven't made a field goal in 4.5 minutes. The West Virginia defense is just so tough to handle. Too much defense that time, too much aggression from Kedrian Johnson, who gets called for the foul.
You know, not that Burton is not doing a good job in the pick and roll, but I feel like that's exactly where Cummings is really good. You know, Federico, temporarily, you got to make up your mind. Are you going to skip this over on this left wing for the three-point shot, or are you going to hit Federico? But you have to make up your decision. You can't get stuck with the ball in that situation.
Julius, at what point does it become kind of do or die? You put Nelly Cummings in the game, down 16 points?
Well, I mean, I understand why he's not putting him in, because you don't want to just disqualify him for getting his fifth foul. But, you know, so I understand. But, you know, down 16 points, I kind of feel like I wouldn't have a choice.
Federico got the tip in off the miss. Panthers trying to chip into the margin. West Virginia has won the last 5 backyard brawls. Pitt has not won since 2012 in this matchup. Stevenson found an opening down low. Athletic move, but couldn't quite finish. Burton with a push-off offensive again. 4th foul on Jamarius Burton. He and Nelly Cummings each have 4. Foul trouble, the story of the night for Pitt. West Virginia in control. Former teammates going at it tonight. Eric Stevenson for West Virginia, Jamarius Burton for Pitt. Played together at Wichita State, and both in double digits in the points category tonight.
When you play with a guy, you know his tendencies, you know what he likes to do, what he's good at, what he don't like to do. And I'm sure Stevenson is anticipating that drive because he knows that's what Burton loves to do.
Stevenson's got 12, Burton's got 10. But the glaring stat there, Jamarius Burton with 7 turnovers. He's had to take over point guard duties for a lot of this game. Nelly Cummings has been in foul trouble, but now Cummings back into the game because each of Pitt's 2 starting point guard options, Cummings and Burton, have 4 fouls.
And the Mountaineers is not the kind of team you want to lose your starting point guard to.
Stevenson takes a moment, takes the 3, rebound Federico. "11 minutes to go in the 189th backyard brawl. Pitt trying to work its way back. Hinson fakes and drives. Muscles into the defender and finishes.
Put it on the floor. The jump shot is not falling. Put some pressure on the defense. It's a good move.
Halftime deficit was 11 for Pitt. Now a 12-point margin. High-scoring first half, but the second half just 10-9 so far in favor of the Mountaineers. 7 on the timer. Toussaint guarded by Santos. Into the lane. Mitchell spinning and finishing.
It's a good move. Got to get the ball against the zone in the middle and be aggressive. Look to pass, look to put it on the floor, and make a play. You have to seek the ball in that area.
Elliott driving on Johnson. Kicks out. Cummings, open 3-ball. Off the mark, gets his own rebound and goes right back up.
Pitt adding a little full court pressure.
Oakland Zoo still a factor. Panther crowd in attendance not giving up just yet. But Trey Mitchell is called for a travel. Nearly had an easy bucket.
He knew that was off. He got in there, hustle, follow his shot. At what age do they teach that right there? Follow your shot, follow your shot.
Well, that's the debate, JP. Do you hold the follow-through or do you follow your shot? What do you do?
Well, if you know it's off, you better follow it. You might as well. You have the best view of where it's going. So I think in that situation, it was an off-balance shot. He knew it was going to be off left, so he followed and got to it.
Heads-up play by Cummings, the veteran graduate student. Came over from Colgate. Back to his hometown, trying to will them to a win in the Backyard Brawl. Went to high school just 38 miles from this building. Here he is now. Turnaround jumper. Connects. Margin is now down to 10. The Pitt Panthers have some life.
And the zone is making West Virginia hold the ball. They're not able to penetrate they were in the first half and in the beginning of the second half. The Panthers is daring them to shoot the jump shots.
Inside, Wagee spinning and over top of the Panther defenders. Silences the Peterson Event Center crowd for now. Hinson fakes, takes the deep three. Not enough on it. Mountaineers in no hurry. 12-point lead, just over 8 minutes to play. Stevenson, 10 on the timer. Step back, kick over to Toussaint. Back rim off the mark. Offensive board chased down by Wilson. And they'll reset the offense. Up 12, under 8 minutes to go for West Virginia. Why not take their time? And Nelly Cummings is irate because he just fouled out of this game. Cummings in disbelief. Joe Toussaint draws it. Cummings made a huge impact when he was in this game. Problem was foul trouble kept him out of it for so much of this contest. And now on that previous play, picks up his 5th foul. But 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting and 3 assists for his evening.
You know, as a leader, he's a guy that can create for himself, but others as well. And I mean, it shows in his stats. You know, Burton, you know, he did a good job with him not on the floor. He had 7 turnovers. This shows how much of an impact Cummings have when he's on the floor. You know, they need a guy like him, a true point guard, especially against a West Virginia team like this.
There have been a lot of fouls called on both sides. Pittsburgh with 19 fouls on the night. West Virginia with 15. But that last one puts the Mountaineers in the bonus. And Joe Toussaint, 84% free throw shooter last year at Iowa, will take a 1-and-1. High off the back rim, rebound Jamarius Burton. Panthers have no choice but to move quickly the rest of the way. Santos' 3 is short, rebound Toussaint. He's in transition. Give and go right back to him.
West Virginia do not need to be in a hurry right now. They're in a bonus. Let's be aggressive, get to the basket, get to the free throw line, make your free throws. Fundamentals.
8 on the shot clock. Johnson guarded by Burton. Over to Toussaint. Runner. High off the window, rims out. Offensive rebound. Wilson back up strong. Blocked by Federico.
It's good defense, but got to go after those rebounds with two hands. There's men down there. Way to recover by Federico. Panthers in the zone.
Wilson, three-point attempt. Trifecta good. Pittsburgh now running out of time.
Well, that's what the zone will do. It'll give up the outside shot. You got to take them and make them.
West Virginia looking for its 6th consecutive win in this rivalry. Foul called. Who's it going to go on? It'll be on West Virginia's Joe Toussaint. Jamarius Burton was tangled up with Toussaint. That'll be the 2nd on the senior guard for West Virginia. Burton, strong drive to the hole. He's fouled on his way.
Nice strong move, but it penetrate off the dribble. Gotta make that though. That needs to be an and one for you if you're the Panthers.
Pitt looking for whatever points it can get late in this game. They've got 15 points to cover in just over 6 minutes. Intensity has been high all night. But for the Panthers, the sense of urgency at its peak now. Jamarius Burton was an 88% free throw shooter last season. He's got 11 points tonight.
Got to press right here on the make. Pick up on him. Still in the zone with the foul trouble.
Toussaint swings to a wide open Seth Wilson. Off target. Burton pushing tempo. Behind the back. Corner. Elliott. Triple. Off the mark. West Virginia now in transition. Toussaint. What an acrobatic finish.
Nice transition play by Toussaint. He had options. He could take it, keep it for himself. And he had Wilson also spotting up in the corner. Long shots make for long rebounds. West Virginia don't stall. They get right to it in transition and apply the pressure.
Eric Stevenson loving it from the West Virginia bench. Joe Toussaint with a huge night. He's making an impact in his early days as a Mountaineer. The Iowa transfer had 8 on Monday. He's got 13 tonight. Mountaineers continue to swarm the Panthers, and Wagee fouled Federico on the dunk attempt.
That was solid D. Questionable.
Well, Wagee didn't think so.
I mean, listen, a guy go up to dunk on you and you block it. You know, that can go either way right there. That's a primetime play.
It's called a block. You've got a highlight reel play.
Yeah.
Called a foul. Pitt shooting. Federico goes 1 of 2.
Panthers are going to have to get some stops if they want to get back into this game.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the 189th Backyard Brawl. Pitt staying in the zone. 10 on the timer. West Virginia using it all up. Wilson spins away, finds Toussaint. Jump shot good for 3. Joe Toussaint having a night for the Mountaineers.
Toussaint known as a driver, but he has to get this shot off. 4 seconds left. Takes it to make it.
The West Virginia Mountaineers have come into Pittsburgh and taken control of this game, led by that guy right there, Joe Toussaint, with 16 points.
And his penetration has been great. They put a lot of pressure on the Panther defense.
The fans that came over from Morgantown are loving it. Another Pitt turnover. Toussaint capitalizes and draws a foul. Intentional. Goes on Hinson. Joe Toussaint, 16 points, leading the charge for the Mountaineers, who are up 21. Well, the fans beginning to empty out of the Peterson Event Center, the Pitt fans, that is. And here's that last play. Blake Hinson with what ended up becoming a flagrant 1 foul there on Joe Toussaint.
What do you think, Jason?
Well, it's what we were talking about earlier. If you want to prevent a basket, you've got to foul hard enough so that they don't finish, but then you risk a call like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying not to let the guy, make him earn it at the line. You want a guy to make a basketball play and you have to, sell it. Like you're trying to at least block the shot and not grab him by his shoulders. But, come on. A little flop in there, if you ask me. Fans didn't want to stick around, though, for the Mountaineers. They're getting a little rowdy in here. So
I'm not surprised.
So the Panthers fans said, I don't want to deal with this.
Bob Huggins mentioned that he may not have a lot of guys who have played in this rivalry, but he's got guys who have played in big arenas against big-time opponents, and that's Joe Toussaint. Iowa transfer, Big Ten champion, NCAA tournament participant with 18 points tonight for West Virginia.
As long as you have experience playing in games when the pressure is on, you'll be just fine.
Burton loves that mid-range game. Connects that time.
Defensively, Panthers will have to figure it out. They haven't been able to stop West Virginia or prevent them from doing anything. They've been able to get to the basket, get offensive rebounds, shoot the 3-ball. Panthers just haven't had an answer for them.
Next up for the Mountaineers, they host Morehead State on Tuesday of next week. That'll be an opportunity to go 3-0 for Bob Huggins' crew. Panthers, meanwhile, are headed to New York for the Legends Classic. They've got Michigan on Wednesday.
So no time to hang your head. Have to watch some film, look at what you did wrong, what you could do better, what you need to improve on. Because you can expect Michigan to come with the same kind of intensity.
West Virginia finished last in the Big 12 a season ago. And they are out for redemption in this 22-23 campaign. They have been impressive tonight in the Backyard Brawl. A 23-point lead, still 2 minutes to go, and they're having fun.
Stevenson taking flight. He said, I can do more than just shoot threes now. Show me some love. Way to get out in transition and finish that.
6'4", and he got up. West Virginia has silenced the Panther crowd. And they filled it with lots of "Let's go Mountaineers."
Good win for the Mountaineers. They showed a lot of heart, came out right away, punched the Panthers in the face, set the tone, let them know this is going to be a dogfight.
It'll be the 6th straight Backyard Brawl victory for West Virginia, who continues to have the upper hand in the series as of late.
No, it's one thing that you can just guarantee is that they're going to battle hard on the boards and pressure you on defense. It's just the way that Bob Huggins coach. You know, all his teams are going to play. They're not going to back down from you. They take the personality from him. And I think he hold them to that kind of standard.
They don't look like a last-place Big 12 team.
Not at all. Well, it's the portal. You know, we talked about how the Panthers reloaded using the portal and getting experienced guys. You know, it's almost like, why do you need a freshman these days when I can go and get a guy who's already seasoned and been around the block a few times? That sounds like the way to go now.
West Virginia fans in attendance, just about the only ones left. All the Pittsburgh supporters have made their way out, as West Virginia is going to improve to 2-0. Led by Joe Toussaint, 18 points. Eric Stevenson chipped in 16. Mountaineers shot 52% up to this point. Okonkwo's jam, the icing on the cake.
It's been that kind of night for the Panthers. Foul trouble. Cummings fouling out early. Burton with the turnovers. But again, it's something that you learn. Sometimes you learn best from losses. Big win for the Mountaineers, though.
'81-56 win, Julius, for West Virginia. They looked impressive tonight.
They looked great. They did it on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they did well. Offensively, they got what they wanted. They put a lot of pressure on the Panthers, and they couldn't take it.
The Mountaineers improved to 2-0.